When my mom passed away, she left behind a stash of recipes. I've cataloged some of them digitally for my family. Others I've actually put in a physical recipe box. And then there's a whole stack of recipes that she cut out from Better Homes and Garden magazines that I still haven't had the heart to throw away. She kept recipes for things like 3-bean salad, crock-pot chili, or sheet pan tacos. And then there's a whole category of brought to you by recipes. Biscuits pot pie, Nestle chocolate pie, Jif peanut butter pie, things like that. They're printed on the back of labels and boxes, clipped and marked with splotches of grease or butter. Okay, so cooking in the 80s and 90s, I'm sure was no picnic. Remember, no internet. I'm sure lots of moms use cookbooks. Not mine. Oh, she bought cookbooks, but I could probably count the number of times on one hand that I saw her consult a cookbook while cooking. Likely because it would take too much time or energy or money, and it was always just faster, easier, and cheaper to make a box of mac and cheese or Hamburger Helper. When we became a house of tweens and teenagers, I remember a lot of banquet family-sized meals, a slit in the film on top, baking in the oven. Say, chicken parmesan, and I can still taste those banquet meals. There's a simplicity to biscuit making that bridges the gap between homemade and semi-homemade. I like this area. A few ingredients, a few steps, and really, you don't want to overwork the dough. I've mellowed out a lot with the kids now that they're a little older. I think there's a tendency when we have kids to swear we are going to do things differently, which often means exactly the opposite of the way our parents did it for us. It seems easy when you start out with little kids and the biggest decisions you have to make are between organic, non-GMO crackers or the standard Ritz crackers. It's easy to imagine preparing only the most nutritious and wholesome foods for your kids. And then one day they're off to school and begging you for uploaded Lunchables and Doritos and ranch dressing. And it's like, oh, right, you get to have preferences too. And we live in the United States, home of the free, land of the 10,000 ways to process corn. And quite honestly, sometimes the kids make choices that make it faster and easier to feed them. It turns out semi-homemade is usually fine. It's hard to deny that my kids love instant mashed potatoes and Stouffer's lasagna, but I still look forward to making something fresh, from scratch, when I can. Biscuits is for sure one of those things that always tastes better homemade. My poor biscuit dough. Come on, biscuit. I have giant chunks of butter in this dough. That's actually kind of unusual. I wonder how that will be. The dough. Butter chunks are too big.
Got some butter nuggets.
I do, yeah. So I guess we'll see how that tastes.